Hello, everyone, my Stamper peeps. How are you all doing this fine Monday? I'm waiting for my guys to come home. So my mom's here watching Miss Kaden. So my little sidekick's not sitting there on the couch today. They come home at like 8 o'clock at night. So I told them, I said, I'm pretty sure my video is not going to be going still going at 8 o'clock. But if for some reason things go south for us, just be quiet when you come in. So let me come over here and get you guys, let me get some eyes on really quick. So let's see what we got going on here. So I can come in and watch your guys' comments. Hello, Miss Frida. There we go. There we are. All right, so let me come in here and get this shared. Okay, there we go. And then we gotta come over here and where am I at? Am I in the right place? Where is it? Sometimes I tell you, you would think after I've done this so many times that I would know what I'm doing, right? But for some reason, I try to go in here and I try to share, and now it's not letting me. So many times oh, wait a minute. I would know what we don't want that. So let me go over here. Let me see. Good Lord. You think you're doing all the things and you try to get this thing up and going, but so yeah, so I'm waiting for the guys to come home. They've been in Idaho visiting some friends of theirs. My husband's high school buddy that he has been friends with since, they were wee little and grew up with each other. It was his 40th birthday. So it was really kind of fun that his wife put on this big surprise for them, or for him, and all of his friends from high school. And Audrey was like, oh my gosh, it's been so long since we've got to visit. And so the first day they flew in Friday night and got there at like 2 o'clock in the morning, because they left here at around 4:30ish, got into Vegas, and then flew from Vegas to Idaho. And then the airport that they had to fly to was Boise. And then from Boise, they had to drive 2 hours to Twin Falls, I believe it was, that they went to. So they had to drive 2 hours up there. So by the time, they got in, their flight got in Boise at like 11:30, I believe. And they had to get their car rental by midnight. So they were running through the airport to try to get to the car rental place so they could grab their car and head up. And little sneaky guy, he thought he was renting a little sedan car when he went and did it online and stuff, but he wound up renting a what's it called, a Jeep, the Jeep pickup truck, where it's got the bed on the back of it, and they took the top off and everything, and I was like, oh geez, live in the luxury, you guys, especially since they had really nice weather and stuff up there. So let me see if I can get this thing to bring this up. I don't know why it's not letting me share. Let's see now if it's going to let me this time. Maybe it wouldn't let me do it because if I don't know, for some crazy reason, if I am in the wrong, like this, I swear. So, have you guys all gotten your catalogs? I'm pretty sure you guys have all gotten your catalogs. If you've all had a chance to look at all the amazing product in there. Oh, so today we're going to be using quite a bit of that product. Going back on the guys. So they got there Friday evening. So Saturday they go and they meet up with with his friend up there and stuff. And he winds up calling me later in the day, and he's FaceTiming me. Well, I didn't answer it because I was busy doing something. I'm pretty sure I was probably working with Caden or whatever. And I FaceTimed him back. And he's like, oh my gosh, you're never going to guess what happened. He goes, I wrecked. And I go, you wrecked what? You wrecked what? I'm like, you wrecked the rental car? What did you wreck? And he's like, no. He goes, they went out dirt bike riding. And, what is going on? They were out dirt bike riding, and I guess, I guess there were kids that they all, all of his friends have kids and stuff, and they were on quads and they were riding in front of him, and he was on a dirt bike. Well, he had let all the kids use the helmets, so he didn't have a helmet on, ding dong. But by the grace of God, he didn't get completely, banged up. He got some bumps and some scrapes and stuff, but he was telling me that I don't know what the heck is going on. This thing is not even letting me switch from profile to profile. So yeah, so he said that the kid was riding the quad in front of him, and he was kind of going back and forth, and the kid didn't know that he was behind him on the dirt bike. And when he went to pass the kid turned immediately to the right, and Andre, the front tire of the dirt bike, hit the quad, and he went flying over the kid and the quad. I guess he really jacked his hand up pretty good. When he showed me, he held his palm up, and the whole inside of his palm right here is just chopped liver. It's gone. It's pretty bad. So I just told him, I said, you better, make sure if you need to go to urgent care, you better do so. And he was like, no, it's too late now. We'll just see, kind of what goes on. And I said, okay. I said, but, you don't, that's with your kind of a job, you don't need to get something like that infected, because he works in a meat department. He's a butcher. And, obviously working around meat and that kind of stuff, that's no bueno. You don't, I couldn't imagine you wanting, that kind of a job to have your hand all scratched up like that. And he messed up his elbow, and he messed his knee up pretty good. And he wound up ripping his pants, the whole crotch out of his pants. He said he was pretty embarrassed. So, but I told him, I said, you know how lucky you are. You didn't have a helmet on, and you literally flew over this kid on this quad. And it could have really been a bad thing. And him being 2 states away from me, could have been pretty devastating. So I told him, I said, you just have to be thankful that that's all you got were those bumps and bruises. Well, he calls me later that night, and he tells me, he goes, I did kind of a bad thing. And I go, what did you do? And he goes, because I didn't go to the doctors, he goes, I poured peroxide on my hand. And I've told him, with big wounds like that, you cannot pour peroxide on a big wound, because it actually kills the tissue around the wound, and it could do not good things. But there's good and bad with peroxide, but on a wound like that, I told him, oh my word, did it feel like you just jumped into a hornet pit? I said, man, oh man, that would hurt so bad. Pouring peroxide on the whole part of your hand that's missing. So I called him the next day, and I said, so how are you doing? I said, with the peroxide and with that big of a wound, are you okay? And he goes, I'm really sore. And I said, okay, well, when, you might want to decide whether or not you want to go to urgent care. And he goes, well, I come home on Monday. I'll just decide what I'm going to do then. And I go, well, you got to remember that many days without seeing a doctor. So when I flip the camera around, you guys are going to see what I did to my own hand. So the vacuum won. I have one of those stick vacuum cleaners that has the base and then the stick goes like this. And then there's like a tube that goes from the vacuum. Well, it got clogged in there. Okay, when they say to unplug the vacuum cleaner first, you might want to do that. Warning, come on. Obviously, I didn't. Oh, my husband got hurt. When he was up in Colorado, when he was up in Idaho, he had a dirt bike quad accident. So that's what I was talking about. So this happened like on Monday or so of this last Monday, or no, it happened like Tuesday or Wednesday. I was vacuuming to get everything, taken care of before they left. And I flipped the vacuum cleaner over, but my vacuum cleaner has two different settings on it. One's for hard floors, and then the other one is for the carpet. Well, it wasn't working very well, so I flipped it over while it was on low speed and stuck my hand in there to unclog that hose. Holy Mary Mother. As soon as it unclogged, that thing started spinning, and I like threw my hand and I'm trying to get the vacuum off of me. God, I was like, holy crap, are we like super accident prone right now? So come Friday, they were getting ready to fly out, and Friday morning I woke up and my hand was all super swollen like this. And he goes, oh my gosh, he goes, your hand cannot get infected. You cannot have this happen this weekend. He goes, I'm not going to be here. What the heck? So he told me, he goes, you know how your mom gave you some antibiotic, or not my mom, when I went to the dentist, I had some leftover antibiotics from when I had my tooth thing, when they had to do that root canal thing. He goes, go in there, and he goes, even if you just take one of them. So I went in and I took one of the penicillins, and lo and behold, I woke up the next day and the swelling was down. It's actually doing pretty good now, but that hurt. I'm sure it didn't hurt as bad as his hurt, but it hurt. And I couldn't bend my knuckles because every time I bent, it would like pull on it. Oh, I'm just like, oh, nothing more can happen. So, all right, well, I am going to show you guys some super cute cards. We're going to do that technique that I had a couple people ask me about. It is the one where turn electronics off before working them. Yeah, now I know. Mental note on that one. I guess it takes something stupid to realize, okay, those warnings are there for a good reason. Jeez. So I'm going to show you guys that masking paste technique. So when you use the jar of the embossing paste, I'm going to show you guys how to use that, because I posted a card a couple days ago and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you need to show how you use that. So we're going to use this today, not on that same particular card because that was using the Sweet as a Peach. We're going to actually use those fun sheep that are in the Celebrations catalog. So those are going to be something that you guys can get a good eye view of and how to use them as well. So let me start my intro since I'm rattling on and on and on. So my name is Danny Garola here at Stampin' the Pink Barn. If you are watching, it is 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time along with Pacific. That will be changing here soon because they're going to be having their daylight saving switch. That means it is 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. So there's that. Here in Arizona, you know, we don't have the daylight savings, so it's going to be flip-floppy, and that's why I kind of like to tell you guys what time it is at the moment, so when you guys do change, you're going to be even, you know, either you're going to go an hour, I don't remember what, fall back, so you're going to be, a couple of you are going to be the same time as us, I don't know. Anyways, so I just told you kind of my news that's going on in my life and my husband's life. Come in, say hi. You guys are always pretty good at doing that. Help me grow my business by clicking that share button. I need you guys to do that so much for me. I'm trying so hard to get this out there and more people to see. If you are watching this at a later date, you can still share by all means. And if you're watching from YouTube, hit that subscribe button for me. That really helps me out a lot too. All right, let's get you guys flipped around, and we don't have very many announcements because we are in the full swing of our 2 new catalogs. Whoop, whoop. All right. And like I said, we're going to be using product from those new catalogs. And when we get you guys flipped around, I will tell you guys who the winner of this week's, the cards that we made last week. I will tell you guys who won, and then you'll have to let me know, when the winner sees this, what card you decide to pick. So close your eyes. I don't want anybody getting sick because motion sickness is a real thing. So let me get you guys flipped around here. Oh, not that you guys want to see my hand right in the middle of the shot. All right, you guys can open your eyes. We're all good. All right, so this is my, oops, sorry, I just moved the camera stand. That thing's stuck underneath there. So this is my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. So after I'm done recording, I will upload this video to YouTube, and then I put it on my blog so you guys can fast forward, rewind, do all the good stuff to get dimensions and all that. I do also put the card recipes and the card ingredients, so you can click right on those if there's anything that you need to order. If your order is under $150, please use my host code. This is how I continue to make these free videos to you guys and be able to do those giveaways every week. So I don't think this is going to work all too well over here on my computer. So I'm just going to shut that down, and then I'm going to bring you guys, hopefully try to bring you guys up on my iPad if it decides to work. So couple more days. Today is the 9th, so tomorrow is the last day to get your hands on, get your subscription for this, paper pumpkin box, because you're really going to want this box or this kit this month because of, this box is beautiful. They have designed the box to be a keepsake. And just remember, your shipping is included in your kit when you get it. All you have to do is just pay the taxes. And it looks like there's going to be some butterflies. That's kind of what, from the picture here, it kind of seems like it's kind of butterfly themed. So, and our co-founder, Shelly, also helped create this box, which is really kind of a cool thing that she, you know, kind of put her inspiration in on, you know, a kit that was inspired by her. All right, so let me show you what kind of, so the card that we are going to make, this, I'm going to be doing a different layout on here, but I just want to show you how stinking cute this fun fold is. Now, I'm not sure the name, but this stands up just like, well, maybe. This stands up just like that, so the recipient can stand it up on, you know, their mantle or bookshelf or whatever, and they can, you know, look at it year round. But I am going to do the Christmas theme, and I am going to stick with this super cute set. This is the Sweet Stockings, and if you have your mini catalog, it is on page 31. It is a full suite. Now, you don't have to buy the full suite of product. Completely your discretion. I purchased the bundle, which, like I tell you guys all the time, one of the major perks of ordering the full bundle is you save 10%. So, buying them individually, you're going to pay these two prices. If you buy them together as a bundle, you save the 10% buying them as a unit. And then I went ahead and I purchased the matte decorative dots, which I have the 3 different colors on here. And I love these matted dots because of, they are ombre effect. I don't think I've ever seen, you know, any kind of embellishments that have that ombre effect to them. And I absolutely love them. And for not only with this suite, but for so many different things that we have. And let me tell you guys really quick, the winner of last week's cards is Susan Madison Stransiski. You are the winner. And let me show you the 3 cards that I made last week. And don't forget, I will make you a beautiful matching envelope to go with that. So This one is the, I think it's called a lock and slide. So that slides off there, and then you've got the super cute inside of that card. So there's that little cute Halloween one. All right, I'll put that together in a minute. And then we have that faux shaker card, which I absolutely love how that turned out. We used the shimmer vellum in the inside of that and used the, what is it called? The 3D Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder for the trees there. Super cute. And there's the inside of that one. And then we did another kind of fun fold, and this was using the Plentiful Plants set. So let me know which one of those cards you would like, and then you're gonna have to send me, because I don't have your address, you're gonna have to message me your address and let me know what card you want, and I will get that in the mail sent to you. All right, so the paper is amazing with this set. This is the papers that we have going on with you. Each side has these cute little animals, you know, your little dogs, cats, and then the other side is the one that I actually like even more, these patterns. All right. So look at all the inspiration that they show you in here as well. I just love that Stampin' Up! Does that. All right, so that is what we're going to make today, but we're going to be using cherry cobbler, and this is a 4 1/4 by 10 1/2 piece of cardstock. Now what we need to do is we need to put the long side inside of our let me see if am I in frame? Yep. So we're going to put the long side in, and we are going to score this at half. Okay, there's half. Then 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5. Okay, so that is our actual card base right there. Then we're going to take another little piece here. Let me find the other piece of that same exact color, the cherry cobbler. Let me get all the things out of my little bucket here. Okay, this piece here is 5 3/4 by 3. Okay, we're going to take it on the long side, and we're going to score it at 1/2 and 1 3/4. Okay, just like that. All right, so then you can go ahead and kind of put those down so you can kind of let me show you kind of the idea and get this thing out of the way. So that's going to pretty much, ooh, wait a minute, that didn't work out right. Did I not score that at 5? Hold on, or did I not cut my paper right? Because that could be a real possibility. No, I did it at 5. So why is that not folding correctly? So let me see, because maybe I didn't cut my paper at the right. So let me grab cherry cobbler. Okay, what did I say? 4 1/4. So you're going to cut your, if you take a full sheet and you cut it down lengthwise at 4 1/4. Okay, and then open our arm up, and then we're going to need this to be 10 1/2. Maybe it needed to be, wait a minute, what am I doing here? You know what, that was right. Jeez Louise, I was thinking my card needed to fold completely in half. That's why. Hello, Miss Jamie Wise, and hello, Patty. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. I answered your question, but didn't say hi. You're right. That is the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't fold in half. Deet. That's why I just did all the... My goodness gracious. Woo! Sometimes I've been so worried about my husband. Let me just be honest with you. I'm not a real big worrier, but when he just got into this accident on the quad when he was just up there, or he was actually on the dirt bike and the kid was on the quad, it really freaked me out. Let me just tell you, and I don't like freak out about things like him because of the fact that, you know, he's a tough guy, he's a rugged guy, and he can do things for himself, whatever, but he is our breadwinner. Like, he's the rock of our family. And so it's really kind of hard when something happens to him, and if he says he's in pain, like, it, you know, it has to be bad, because guys aren't ones to really like say, oh my gosh, I'm in pain. Their kind of pride would get hurt. But no, he said he was really sore. So that kind of freaked me out, because I thought in my mind, what if something bad, you know, would have happened? That's what kept going through my mind. Even though I needed to let that go, I just kept going back to that, thinking, oh, if he would have been that far away and if it would have been bad, whoo, where would BB today? So that's right. So I'm just going to show you what we're doing here. So once you varnish all your score marks, that's going to fold up just like that into our card. Why I thought it had to be folded in half, I'll never know, but... And then this is going to lay like this. So now you kind of get where I'm going with this whole card thing, since my brain was a little frazzled there at the moment. I decided to use these super cute cat with these antlers and this dog with the wreath around him. I just thought this was so cute. So this is going to go on our back layer. And where did I put it? Okay. So let's go ahead and glue that down first. Look at that. Isn't that so neat? I just love both sides of this, but the colors are so rich and more traditional of those Christmas colors. And before we know it, I know it's kind of early to be doing Christmas cards, but is it? Miss Frida, I know you're already done with your Christmas cards, so no, I'm not too early. That's, you know, Frida, your card is the one, when I saw you post it on the Pink Barn Stampers group that we have, your card is the one that inspired me to find out how to make this. So, thank you very much, Frida. Big shout out to you. All right, so we are going to then take, I just flipped this same piece. Oh, and this piece here is 5 1/4 by 4, okay? Then this little piece right here is 1 3/4 by 4. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna use that little designed paper there because I absolutely love that design. So let me get that stuck on there. Just like that. All right, so the easiest way that I have found to put this on there and make it stand completely like symmetrical and it stands on its own is we need to put tear-in tape, which this is tear and tape. Okay, so it's tear and, because it's just a very simple tape that tears. Okay. This end a little too long, so I'm just going to pull that off there. So let me see, I had to buy myself another one of these because every time I take my other one out that's in the box down below, when I go to you know how I have the brush end to pick the pieces out of my intricate die cutting pieces, I had to buy another one because I was tired of having to constantly turn this and take it off, so I went ahead and bought another one. So this is my one that will stay up here now. All right, so you just saw me pull that piece off the tear and tape. Now what I want to do is fold this down and then go to the 1, 2 mark, or 3 mark. So this would be down, so I guess technically 2 score marks, right? And then fold that in and press it down and make sure everything is aligned on your sides. And then now when that thing pops up, it will be perfect every time. Okay, now for this little piece here, so this is pretty much all done and decorated. That is, voila, it. And then back here, we're going to put, that's where we will put our, where we write to our friends and stuff, or family, on the back of the card. All right, this little piece here is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm gonna actually use this side, but look how cute that is. The little cat with the fishbowl, and it's batting like the little ornaments around. And who doesn't love a little corgi? Isn't that so cute with that sweater? And did you notice that the sweater matches this paper here? I think that's pretty cool too. Of course, leave it to Stampin' Up. All right, so let's make sure I put the glue on the right side here, because I've been known to, you know, be me. All right, so this is just gonna go on the front of this. So make sure your score lines are up, because this piece is gonna go along, this is gonna set like this, okay? So what we're going to do is we're gonna decorate this piece here with our super cute little characters. So let me grab my scrap piece. So you're gonna need a scrap piece of white as well. And then look at these dies. There's a die for each one of your stockings. There's a die for each one of your little characters here. And look, there's even like a little hamster mouse kind of little guy, which is so stinking cute. The sayings are really kind of, the sentiments are really neat. Santa Paws is coming to town. So very cute for the animals. Peace, joy, and kisses. Very merry for you. Just really cute little sentiments. Okay, we're gonna actually use the cat, because you saw me use the dog in this one. I thought, you know, I want to switch up, you know, the way this one looks. So I'll have, you know, 2 different ones. Obviously, whoever wins next week can pick this card, but just to show something different, because then I can show you this as a different alternative. All right, let me move that out of the way. So we need to stamp our little characters here. Don't let me forget, I have a card to show you guys that I'm gonna either pop on live, or I'm going to try to make a video and just save it on my camera and then upload it to Facebook in this next week. I kept thinking I was gonna do it last week, and life happened and I never had a chance to do it. We were getting ready for them to get on the, you know, take off for the weekend. All right, let me get all my blocks out here. So, ooh. So what did I say I needed for this one? I need this little stocking. So I'm gonna come in with a different stocking than what I used on this card. This one I used the stripe one. This one I'm gonna use like the little embroidered stitched piece on. Okay, and now that I got ink all over myself. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then we are going to take the cat head and do the little cat. So cute, right? Ooh, I love it. Okay, then we're gonna take the little hat, this little, it looks like Santa hat, and I'm gonna do that up there. Then what else do I need? Oh, I need the little package, this little package right here, little gift, and I'm gonna put that right there. Okay. All right, and then let me tell you the colors that I'm going to be using. I am going to be using the light evening evergreen, the ivory. These are our Stampin' blends, by the way. Light cherry cobbler, light old olive, light old olive, light pool party, and light cinnamon cider. All right, so what I'm going to do for this stocking is I'm going to color the inside of the stocking. I'm going to do this kind of quick. I've already colored a set of these and got them already cut out so we don't have to take so much time, because you guys didn't come here to watch me color. But I do want to show you, you know, how amazing these pens are if you've never seen our blends. Now these come in a combo pack where they come with the light and the dark, so you can do some amazing shading with them, which you're going to kind of see me do a little bit of shading with that cat. Okay, so there's the red on that. Oh, I need to do the red on the hat as well. Sorry, I get very quiet when I color. All right, so we use that. Oops, hold on. I forgot to grab myself. Did I grab myself a little scrap of pool party? I don't know. I'll have to get that in a minute. All right, then what I did with the... Actually, I used some... No. What is the other color that is along with this? Oh, we need crushed curry. That's what we need. But I don't think we have a crushed curry pen. So I'm going to actually come back in with light, daffodil light. Or wait a minute. What is this one? That's mango. We don't want that. So I'm going to use the light Daffodil Delight. I'm just going to run that yellow across the little stripedy part here. Okay, then I'm going to use the light Evening Evergreen. For the toe part and the cuff. All right, just like that. Then I'm going to use the ivory and the light cinnamon cider. Oh, let me shut this because we don't need that sitting there, because that's just a hazard waiting to happen. And whew, you all know me, right? We don't need any help with my hazards. Let me come in with this one first. And I'm just gonna, oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna do the darker part first. I can't make up my mind. You guys can make up your mind for me. Make up my mind for me. All right, so I'm just going to do the outer parts in the light cinnamon cider. Come around this little kitty cat, because these are kind of the colors of my kitty cats. I have, what do they call the yellow cats? Do they call those tabbies? Is that what that is? I think. I don't know. I think they're called tabbies, though. I have 2 tabby cats, and then I have a tortoise shell or calico. I don't know what she is, but... Then I'm going to take the ivory and just go back over and kind of blend that cinnamon cider. And as you see, the more color that I add to this, the more this is going to blend and kind of look more, less defined, like a line. It will actually start spreading that ink around so you don't see the line of the colors. Just like that. Super stinking cute. Oh, I love him. All right, Then I'm going to take the old olive and do my bow. And then take pool party and do the actual package. Because, ooh, look at those two colors together. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, that's so fun. Just an extra pop of color for this package. And I love how these are alcohol ink. So that's why they spread more evenly. Ooh, that was a hard word. Evenly on our paper versus the other markers that we sell through Stampin' Up, which are the Stampin' Write markers. They kind of are more, they leave more lines on your stuff. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just like how what am I looking for? I'm looking for a scrap of pool party. I just like the look of the alcohol ink. I just like the way it blends a little bit better. All right, so then I'm gonna take my dies and I'm gonna take the little cat and I'm gonna take my stocking and I'm gonna cut all those out. And when I do, I'm gonna get my little kitty, I'm gonna get my stocking, I'm gonna get my little Santa hat and my little package. Just like that. Okay, so then I'll move that out of the way. And then let's go ahead and get this stuff. I almost lost my card. All right, let's move this over. And I'm going to, now the way you want to do this is you want to grab your tear and tape again and put tear and tape at the top of this little 1/2 inch flap that we made. And then flip it completely over and then do that again down here at this bottom. So let me show you that again. On this side, you're gonna do, once you have your DSP, your designer series paper piece here, you're gonna do that front little 1/2 inch piece. Then you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna do the bottom of the big piece. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how cute this little thing is. Isn't that so stinking adorable? I absolutely love these little tombstones, and it's a little box. I'm gonna be making these. I got these to make at our in-person class, so I had to put my little sequins in there so I wouldn't forget to take those to class with us. So I made that, and I was like, oh my gosh, everybody would love those. All right, so now I just pull that off. Now I don't want to stick that down so it sticks to my table. So I'm going to hold it up in the air and then grab the other side and take that off. Now fold this down just like that. So now both pieces are facing each other. And then now all you have is your little square with your designer series paper. Now the best thing to do is hold this piece up. Now fold it up, because otherwise it can fold down. Fold it up, and then take your finger and kind of hold that down in place. And now take the top of this and match it with the top of your designer series paper, watching both of your sides on your margins to make sure you get that lined up correctly. And then just place everything down. And then this should line up with your designer series paper down here, which it did. Woohoo! I like it when it works the way it is, when it like it's supposed to. And let me tell you one thing about this. These fit right inside of an envelope, which is so cool when mailing. Look at that. It fits right inside. Isn't that fantastic? Because then you can make a bunch of these and throw them in the mail to your family and loved ones. All right, so now when I flip, okay, so you saw that I put that on like that. So now when I go to flip this up, it all sets exactly the way that I want it, right? You follow me? All right, so now let's decorate this. So I'm gonna take my little stocking here. And then we needed a little piece of pool party because we're going to take the sentiment very merry and grab one of my blocks over here, and the black, the Memento, and just kind of stamp that on there, just like that. And then I'm gonna take from the dies, I'm gonna take this little, I guess you would say it kind of looks like an arrow. Ooh, don't throw it and lose it, because that would not be good. But it's like this little arrow die, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna cut that out just like that, and then that's what I come out with, okay? So I like, if you can see, they gave you the little toe pieces that you could cut out and put on these little things as a toe. So like for here, you could actually cut this piece out of the velvet that, or not velvet, the felt that we sell with this suite, and put little geez Louise, words are hard. Put the little pieces of felt on there so they look actually more realistic. Okay, so where do our little pieces go so we don't lose them? So let's put our little kitty. He's gonna poke out, or she is going to poke out of our little stocking here. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of glue there. And I think I'm gonna actually angle it so it kind of covers the little loopy loop, because we'll put that little cap there. Then we're going to put the little stocking. I think we're gonna cover this ear. I guess it was kind of not necessary to color that ear, but we have to have him completely colored. I'm telling you, ever since I had COVID back in December, COVID brain is a real thing. Like, literally. Oh, I'm so glad you got your birthday card, Jamie. I know it's early, but I want you to be able to enjoy it. So happy early birthday. Okay, so there's our little kitty cat. So cute, right? And then we're gonna pop these all up on dimensionals because we want these to stand out. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna put that little kitty right there. So, did the cat like jump into the stocking, or did Santa place it there for the people? I want to know. Because would Santa give kittens? Maybe. Okay, let's put this right up here. Like that. And then we're going to take this little piece and put it right across the bottom. Now I'm placing these kind of lower on my tag, so when I go to flip this over, I have space to be able to put it up underneath the package and the stocking. So do you see that I moved it kind of lower on the bottom there? There was a reason why I did that. So I can take this and kind of tuck it up underneath there. And get that straight. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Oh, I so love it. Ooh. All right, let's get a little bit of these blingies on there. I mean, I guess they're not very blingy, but they're still neat. Okay, what colors are we going to use? We are going to come in, I'm not going to put green on there, so we're going to do the yellow, which, does it say the colors of these? No. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm going to take the yellow, since we have the little yellow on there, put that up there, and then we're going to take a, let's do one of these lighter blue over here, and then a red. Should a red go here? Maybe one of these darker reds up here. Should it go right there? Or maybe up here in the dot of the package? Ooh, I like that. And then we'll move this little yellow one up just a little bit. If I can get it off. Nope, it's stuck. That one's not coming off. Well, you can't really see that yellow too well, can you? Let's take that off and put it over here. And let me grab a darker yellow. Let's come here and grab a darker one. There we go. I think that you can see a little bit better. All right. And then, like I said, you take a, I didn't cut out a card base for that, did I? Jeez. All right, let me grab a piece of basic white. And your basic white is going to be cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, just like that. And the reason why I'm doing the white is because the white background back here. And then now that's gonna go on the back of there. So you can stamp one of these other cute little sayings like Christmas greetings, sending lots of love, peace, love, and joy, and then take a piece of the little paper. But I'll do that, oh, excuse me, I'll do that off of camera. Let me get some of these pens out of the way here. Because I think we're done with the majority of those. So go ahead and take a drink really quick so I can get some of this put away and get on to the next card, because the next card, like I said, we're going to be using that paste. And so let me just tell you something. When I go to use the paste, I mean, obviously I'm on camera right now, so I can't just get up and run to the bathroom to, or to the sink or whatever to, I mean, I'm in my room, so the bathroom's the closest for me here. But you're going to want to, if you're sitting down and you're doing some crafting, I have a clear tub that I just fill a little bit of the way up with some water in it. And the reason why I do that is because when I go to, when I get done doing my paste, I don't want the paste sticking to my mask that I'm going to be using, so I throw it over here in a little tub of water just so it's much easier to clean and I'm not stuck with ruining my masks. All right, or you can grab a baby wipe. A baby wipe would work as well. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. All right, so now we're coming in with those super stinking cute, oops, let me move all of this. Move that one out of the way. All right, so this we're going to be using the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. Now this paper is a host gift. So that means if you and a couple of friends or yourself spends $150, that's a qualifying party, you're now your own host, you can get this as a hostess gift. All right, so this is the card that I posted for, oh, no. This is the card that I posted for you guys. That's the one that I showed you using the Sweet as a Peach set, along with some of that silver and gold, or not silver, some of the gold foiling that we have right now. And then this is the paste. See how shimmery that paste is? Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, I love that look. Now this one is the shimmer paste. We sell a, I think it's called a matte white paste as well, but I like the shimmer. You guys know me and my bling. All right, and then I decided with these little sheep that I was gonna make this one as well, with that little sheep jumping over the fence. But the one that we're gonna make today is a wee bit different than this, but isn't that cute? Okay, so let me do the one that we're going to be making today. All right. So this is the paper that we're using. We're going to be using this Misty Moonlight up here, along with, what was the other one? Oh, no. Don't get it twisted, sister. We're not using our Granny Apple Green paper just because it's so beautiful and I'm in love with that. We're not using that today. We're going to use this like rainbowy paper over here. Okay. You're going to also need to grab a silicone mat for this. So you're going to need your decorative die or your decorative masks. And those are called the party, which ones are those called? Oh my goodness, too many drawers here. Those are, which ones are those? You guys know? Oh, wait a minute, they're right here. They're the basic patterns decorative masks. So you get 4 different masks in there. And we also have holiday ones in the mini catalog as well that have some like more Christmassy looking patterns to them. So yeah, then you have this one that looks like these spruce twigs, branches, trunks, whatever. But I'm going to use this little circle one here. And then I have the sheep dies, the sheep stamp set, and there's my silicone mat. Then I need my paste, my shimmery paste. Then you're going to need yourself some of these palette knives. Now, you don't have to have these. You can use like a plastic 99-cent store spoon. That will work as well. But like I said, just make sure you throw all the your utensils and stuff, like the mat and this, in the water when you're done. All right, so I need to get all my bits and pieces out here, so we're not going to do that at the moment. I am going to grab a piece of white. Now this is, where'd my thing go? This is 3 3/4 by 5. That's the size of this. All right, so let me grab what we need to do here. Now let me grab a piece of scrap paper because we're going to make a mess. And I don't want to mess on my desk. Okay, let me move this out of the way and slide these because we need some space here. Part the C's. Okay, so what we're going to do on the bottom of this card is we're going to grab our Granny Apple Green, because you guys know how I feel about Granny Apple Green. It's just delicious because we all love apples. And then I'm going to smear that around just, you know, enough in my pad there that I pick up some color. But then I like to go off on my scrap piece just to kind of get some of the excess off so I don't leave squiggly lines. And then I'm just going to kind of rub that back and forth on my paper, on my cardstock. I am making kind of a grassy area for my little sheeps. I think it's plural. All right, so there you go. Let's just do a little bit more just for good measure. All right, there we go. And these can be washed and the color comes completely out of it. All right, that's the piece that we need there. Now let's get into doing some of this pasting. Now let me tell you one thing about this paste is I keep mine in the bag because I previously had a little jar of this and it dried up on me. So now I just keep it in here and it seems to be lasting for quite a while that way. So I'm gonna put my silicone mat under my paper because that's gonna catch, I mean, you don't have to do that if you have a piece of scrap paper underneath it. I just do. And then I'm going to take, I'm just gonna use a corner of this and have it go up like that. Open this up. The other thing you could do is use your, I think that's why I have my silicone mat sitting there, is you could use a silicone mat and mix this up, because I'll show you the other card that I made using this paste with our re-inker. So you could take a re-inker and you could take some of this, splat it out, like take a glob of it, put it on your silicone mat, take a drop or 2, or 3, or however much color you want to add to your paste, mix it up, and then you can go to town with it that way. So I'll show you the card when we're done, just so I can get this going. I'm not going to use the mat right now because, like I said, I thought I needed the mat for... So I'm just going to take some, you know what, I am going to use it. I fibbed. I don't know what I'm going to do. Don't pay attention to me. All right, so let's go like that. I'm going to put my mat where I want it, And then I'm just gonna grab some of this paste and just hold my mat and hold my paper in place. And then just take that and go where I'm making sure I'm filling in all the little holes, and then grabbing all the excess and just putting that over back into my jar, because we don't want to waste, right? Well, I don't. And then if I get a little off the side, that's fine. It's not hurting anything. And there we go. And then now I'm going to immediately take my spatula or knife, whatever they call that thing, and put that over my water. I'm going to pull this straight off. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? These two things are going to go over in my bucket of water because I don't want those to get ruined with that. And then see, look at, there's your excess right there too. So I'm just going to put that in my bucket of water as well. And then it can just sit there and come right off into my jar. Now that I just got my fingers all wet, let me dry my hands. Okay, and then if I want to, I can try to remove some of that, but I'm not worried about it. You're not going to see that anyways. All right, so now do you see the shimmer on that? And it dries very, very quickly. So just know that you don't have time to play too much with it. It's going to dry. And that's as easy as it is. There's really not much to it. Okay. So what do we need next? We need to take our scrap piece of white. Now what did I do with that? Ay, ay, ay. Where did I put my white that I had my little... There it is. Okay, so you're gonna just need a piece of scrap paper. We can move this now. And I'm just going to stamp my two little sheep. I'm going to use this little sheep that's dancing. And the Memento ink, because I'm going to use my alcohol pens on him. So I have to have Memento ink, because other ink will not work if I'm using my alcohol blends. All right, there's that little sheep. And let's bring in, we're gonna do the little jumping sheep right here. Just like that. Cute, right? I love them. Now, some of you guys know, who follow me all the time on here, I have a little farm out here in Tucson, Arizona, and I don't have sheep, but I have goats, and I have a cow, and I have chickens and ducks, and you know, all the things, because I love little animals, and I've got dogs and I've got cats. You just heard me talk about my cats. So yeah, I have kind of a animal fascination, and I just love them. So whenever I see like little characters like this, I have to have them. Like the goat set that we have right now. Oh, when I saw that, I almost passed out. I was like, oh my gosh, that is a set that I have to have. All right, I just had a piece of the wood grain. Oh my goodness. All right, so the other thing you're going to need is the In Good Taste. You're just going to need a little small piece. So the In Good Taste looks like this. It is a huge pack, huge. You get so many papers in this. What does it say? You get 24 pieces of the 12 by 12, 2 of each one. Isn't that nuts? So they're all kind of more like wallpaper. This is more of like spackle kind of look to it. Textiles, that's the word. Textiles, that's the word that I was looking for. And then wood grain. So really kind of cool. Beautiful colors that go with that. So I just needed a piece of this wood right here, just a small little scrap of that. And then I'm going to take the fence die, and I'm going to die cut that little fence out. Ooh, look how much that blends in with my desk there. That's kind of scary. Maybe that's why I don't see the paper sitting there, because it's probably sitting there and I just don't see it. It blends in too well. All right, let's color these little sheepies. All right, so I'm using the light smoky slate, and then I need my ivory again. Ivy is my niece. I guess we don't need her right now. And then what else did I need? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need the dark smoky slate also. There it is. Dark smoky slate and light smoky slate. So I'm just going to go around and outline this little guy. Wait a minute. I did not, oh yes I did. I did use dark smoky slate. I mean light smoky slate. Just go around his little wool here. So there's not much to color on him. You can do, you know, as much or as little coloring as you want. And then, because Stampin' Up! Makes these little tick marks to make it look like little shadowing, I just like to take my pen and just kind of follow those little tick marks because it makes it look a little bit more realistic. All right. And no, we don't need the dark smoky slate. I don't know why I thought that. Okay. Then I'm just going to color in his little hooves. All right, just like that. Oops, we might as well do this one too since I'm here. Again, color over all those little tick marks. Kind of give him some depth to his wool. Just like that, and then again do the little feet. Okay, and then with the ivory we're going to come in here and color his little face. And his legs, or her legs. And then the ears. And then same to this little one. Now you can get more detailed with this, and you could take a little bit of like Blushing Bride and put right here for the little rosy cheeks if you wanted to kind of dress up your little sheep there. Okay, doing the legs. All right, and then taking the dancing die, which is that one, you're going to lay that up on that one. Just like that, line it up, and then the jumping one, and run those through your machine, and with the magic, woohoo, abracadabra, of television, I already have them cut out for us. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so there's those, and then like I said, we cut this out of the wood right there. Oh, and then I forgot. We were supposed to cut out the little... Did I already do that one? Oh, no. We need the little birthday hat. Okay, the little birthday hat, just like that. And I didn't die cut that, so I'm going to have to run that through the die really quick. Let me grab that little die out. But it's easier for me to color it without it. So I'm not going to die cut it first. I'm going to color it first. I was wondering why I had my polished pink sitting out here. So I'm going to take polished pink, and I'm just going to color in those little circles. Just like that. Super easy, super quick. And I'm going to bring my mini boss down here really quick. And grab my plates. All right. Then take this little hat and line it up with the die. You know what? I think I'm going to need a little piece of washi tape. And of course, I took my washi tape and I threw it away because I needed a new piece. All right. Let's make sure we can get this on here. Maybe. Oh, we got it. Woohoo! Okay, let's get that little hat out of there. So have you guys heard of a never-ending card? Have you heard of that? If not, that is what I'm going to be showing you guys on my on the video that I was telling you guys that I'm going to pop in and do for you guys. I'm going to do the never-ending card. It's really cool. So when we're done with this, I will show you guys how to do a never-ending card. Okay, let's take the little hat and our little sheep. So I'm going to take this little green, it's like a little greenery here, and I'm going to use that. So let's put the hat away. So grab my little greenery. What is going on here? And figure out where I want my little, so I kind of have to place everything around, and I'm gonna need a piece of thick Whisper White. That is going to be my card base. So let me get that cut out really quick. So this is a full piece of 8.5 by 11. By 11, 8.5 by 11, and then I'm gonna cut this at 5.5, and then score it, because since it is the thick basic white, I'm gonna score it at 4.25. So I'm moving my dark blade, which is my cutter, out of the way and scoring that down the center, and then take my bone folder and varnish that. All right, there's our card base. Then we need a piece of that Misty Moonlight, and this is, what is this? This is 3 by 5 3/8. Make sure my pattern is facing the right way, and then that is going to go on there. Then I'm going to take that little rainbow piece, and that is 1 3/4 by 5 3/8, and that's going to lay on that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that glued down. So watching my pattern and making sure that my pattern is running. So I'm only leaving 1/8 of an inch around the outside of this card. Making sure my pattern is running upwards so I don't make my card look really goofy. And then this is going to go on the front bottom piece. I just saw your, what is that? Yes, Santa brought him. Oh, are we talking about the kitten? Santa brought the kitten in the stocking? I agree. What a cute little Christmas gift that would be for either a child or even an adult. You know, we all love kitties. All right, so that's going to go there. This piece is then going to get put on the front of that. Then we're going to take our little fence, but I'm not going to play, I'm just going to look at my placement for a moment to make sure I'm getting everything correct on here. Oh, where did I put my Granny Apple Green? Okay, so now I need my Granny Apple Green again. And I'm going to move this little guy and know where I want that. And then I'm just going to move that because that's going to be there. And then I'm just going to put one right here. So it looks like my 2 pieces of the fence have grass growing underneath them. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make this fence look kind of 3D by simply pushing, because you guys know how I love that glue because it gives me some time to play with things. Did you see me just pop that up? So I just took it and I pushed it together, and do you see, let me stand up here and see if I can see how it's kind of like popped up from the card. it's bowing over. Okay, then I'm going to take my little jumping guy, and I'm just going to take his front foot and put it like he's holding on to that. So I want to put a dimensional on the top of his face. Put a dimensional on the top, and then put some glue down below here because his feet are going to be sticking to the gate. Just like that, with his little foot tucked underneath there. Then I'm going to take a piece of crushed curry and a piece of pumpkin pie and a piece of granny apple green. See, I was stuck on that granny apple green. And I'm going to take the little die that, where did I put the dies? Then I'm going to take my little balloons and I'm going to die cut each one of those little balloons. So we've got the crushed curry, the pumpkin pie, and the granny apple green, just like that. And then I'm going to stick these together really quick with this. I almost said the stem. With the balloon strings all touching. Not a stem, my dear, not a stem. It's not a flower. Just like that. Just lightly put those together. Then I'm going to take those and I'm going to put dimensionals on. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals and put 3 along the back. Or maybe we only need 2. Yeah, you only need 2. And then tuck that underneath this foot. Just like that. And stick it like he's jumping up with those balloons. Okay, and then our other little guy is going to get dimensionals on him. Or her, no discretion here. Okay, and she is gonna look like they're blowing either bubbles or whatever you want to call those. See where I said I was gonna cover up that little smooge there? So, see, there's always a way to cover up our boo-boos. And it wasn't really a boo-boo because it's so pretty you don't really want to get rid of any of it anyways, but there we go. Now, I need my scrap. I think that's a big enough scrap. No, I'll just come in with this one. My scrap, and I'm going to use the So Glad It's Your Birthday. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to use my paper snips. Where are my other ones? Okay, my paper snips, and I'm just going to kind of cut this out at an angle. Almost like a word balloon kind of thing. Then again, come in with 2 little minis. All right, and then I'm going to put that right up here. Super stinking cute. I should have moved that down a little bit, but I didn't, so it's okay. And then that gets glued right on the front of there. Right. Now, what did I do to the inside of this card? Did I do anything? Nope. All right, isn't that so cute? And look at that shimmer on there. Can you see? There you go. Now you can see it. The shimmer on those little white dots. Isn't that cute? All right, so that's that one. So let me show you the other one that I did. So I took some of the re-inker and I made, mixed it up with the paste, and then I got the Misty Moonlight to match my paper back there with that. I should have showed you guys how to do that, but I didn't. So I thought I would just show you the finished card of that one. So yep, there's our two different cards. Super cute, right? Okay, so now let's move on because we're already at, what are we at? Over an hour. All right, let me get this out of the way. Take a drink really quick so I can get this stuff moved and out of the way. And then we're going to be using that peaceful cabins, or peaceful cabin, because it is an amazing set as well. Oh, I forgot to show you guys where that was. So the sheep are in the celebration, and that's on page 10. So the way celebration works is you can earn these free by spending $50. You know, you spend $50 on product, and then you can pick this for free. Same with that one. So spend $100 and you can get both of these two products, a stamp set and a die set, free. That's free's pretty good. What did I just do with the stamp set? I mean, I like free, but because if you're already buying product, you might as well get free items with your products. So this is also a good time for people who like their paper pumpkins to buy a full year's, or I think it's a year, and then I think it's a half year subscriptions that we sell. I know a lot of people do their 6 month increments or the full year increments, and then they can get all of their celebrations things that they want. And then their paper pumpkins are already paid for the year as well. Okay, so that was what we used just now. Hi, Miss Kitty. All right, then we're going to use the Peaceful Cabin. Now, I'm only going to be using the stamp set out of here. I bought the whole bundle, but for the project that I'm going to show you today, I'm only going to use the stamp set and not the dies. But again, you're going to save that 10% if you buy them as a bundle. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to want the bundle. It's just a thing. These are so cool, and the way that they cut these out are just amazing. I'll show you one of the cards that I actually made using this set, so you can kind of get the gist of how these dies actually work. So I stamped the cabin on a piece of white paper. Then I took this die right here and laid it over this, and it cuts that cabin out. And I used that beautiful Peaceful Place Specialty Designer Series paper. So this is got all these gold foiling on the one side of the paper, and then it's got this beautiful grays. That's the monochromatic colors in this paper. Beautiful paper. Then I took that black glitter paper and I did the background so it brings out some pop. And then this little fence right here with the stamp set. There's the stamp of the fence and the little fox or dog or whatever it is. I die cut those out because there's little die cuts in here. There's the little fox one that does that. And then the trees are actually the trees are actually part of that paper, that the paper has this tree that goes across the background, and you could just cut that out the way it is. All right, so that's that card that I made. And then, so we're going to use this stamp set. We're not going to use the dies, but like I said, I highly encourage you to buy that. And then if you were to buy this bundle, you can pick yourself out one of the $50 free celebrations items. Man. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Whew. Something got stuck in my throat. Man. All right, so there is that. So let's go ahead and do this, because I really want to get this and show you guys how to do this. All right, where's my little... All right, so again, you're going to need a piece of basic white, thick cardstock. You are going to score this at 4 1/4, which is the half point. Ooh, I almost grabbed the wrong one. Then you're going to score it again at 2 1/8, because that is, again, half of your 4 1/4. So 2 1/8. You're going to score that again. Where did my... Oh, there it is. I was going to say I had it sitting here so I could make sure I could tell you all the dimensions. And where is my... Oh, it's in here. That's right. I was going to say, I know I had a sticky note. And see, and then I took a Post-it note and I cut that die of just the cabin out, because I'm going to show you why I did that here in just a minute. So we're going to need that stamp set sitting out. All right, so now I have 2 score marks on here. One at the half mark, and then half of that. So this piece is going to fold back onto itself. I guess I could make that a little bit straighter there. All right, just like that. Now, watch what we're going to do. We're going to put this inside of our trimmer like this. And I'm going to kind of go to, let's say, I think I'm going to go to the 3 mark. Here, I have my little template over here. Let me see what I did here. I went to the 3 3/4 mark. So when I go to cut this, and you don't even need to mark it, but let me go to 3, what did I say? 3 3/4 or 2 3/4? 2 3/4. So let me take this and I'm going to line this up, move it down to 2 3/4 like this. And then I'm just going to take my score blade and just make a little tick right there. Then when I go to cut this, I'm going to go all the way up to my score in the middle of my paper, down to that little tick mark there. Wait a minute, is that right? Yep, that's right. Then line up right at the corner, and then where you made that little score mark there, and cut that off. So now you can use this for scraps, but that's how your card is going to lay, just like that, okay? Then you're going to need a piece of the designer series paper. I picked these 2 pieces because I thought they were really pretty, and I actually saw this card from somebody in the UK who did it, but the UK makes really big cards, so I had to cut mine down to scale. All right, so this piece here is 2 by 5 1/4. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this up, kind of double the space that I need down below. And then I'm going to hold that there. You should probably have a paper clip and hold it there. I don't know where my paper clips went. And then I'm just going to cut this off. Or a piece of washi tape to hold that in place. I'm just going to follow my my cardstock, just like that. Now, when I move this down, I'm going to have my margin be right up there and down here. Okay, so I'm going to glue that piece to that part of the card. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this piece. I'm going to move it up where it almost doubles my margin, flip it over, and then cut that piece off. And then when I move it down, I have the perfect angled piece there. Okay, and then that's going to get glued onto this piece. Just like that. All right, and now for the inside of our card, we can move this now. I'm going to take a piece of our silver foil sheets, and that is cut at 4 and 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Then a piece of evening evergreen, which is 5 by 3 3/4. And that's going to layer on top of there. And then you need a white piece, which is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And this is the piece that we're going to do our stamping on. All right, so let me get this out of the way because that was my little dummy piece. And the reason why we need to have our little Post-it note here is so I can show you a little trick here. Okay, grab your basic gray. And we're going to take that, where's it at? The big cabin. So see that cabin? Isn't that so cool? Ink it up in the basic gray, and then we're going to come down. I need a piece of scrap. Where'd that scrap paper go? Okay, here it is. Because this is going to kind of hang over. And I'm going to kind of go kind of middle lowerish and stamp there. Is middle lowerish a thing? I don't know, but I just made it a thing. All right, so that is out of the way. That is our basic gray. Then we're going to grab our evening evergreen ink and then take this, clean it because I need this big block again, and I only have one of these big blocks. And then I'm going to grab my, of course, my chamois is my best friend and stays on my desk at all times because we all need a chamois. And then I'm going to grab my trees. Here's my 3 trees. Now this is where this piece comes in handy because this can lay right over my stamped image that I just stamped, so I can put my trees right up against my line there without stamping in my cabin, because we all know that there's not trees inside of our cabin, so we need to keep that area white so it, you know, these look like they're in the background. So now I'm going to take these and kind of line them up where they're on the ground of the cabin but still popping out of the back because we don't want floating trees. Push that down just like that. And then I can take this off and voila! Look at that. Isn't that so cool how that works? So now the trees aren't inside of my cabin, but you just masked it where you can still do your trees. And those trees are dark enough that it's just a hint of color with that evening evergreen that it makes those just pop. Okay, Now grab your fence and the basic gray again, and then I'm just going to put this kind of off to the side like this, and then I'm going to take it again and do it again over here, like it's like I'm lining them up, maybe just like that, so they look like they're going across. Then I'm going to grab the little foxy or dog, I don't know, I think it looks like a fox, and I'm just going to put this little fox right over here, like it just came through the woods and is exiting across my little scenery there. Okay, then we can take either the "May you enjoy the beauty of the season" and stamp that right there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Versamark. I had to turn my fan off. Sorry, I reached right across there. But I'm going to take this and may you enjoy the, okay, so that's gold. I don't want that. I need silver. Hold on just a second. Where is my silver embossing powder? Hello. Well, maybe I won't do that, because now I don't know where my silver embossing powder is. Well, there is gold. All right, well, I guess I'm not going to emboss that because I don't know where my gold my silver embossing powder is. Huh. I don't know. I had to have said it somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Oh, well. Okay, we're not doing that, but I was going to do that in Versamark and then use gold embossing powder, but my gold embossing powder is MIA at the moment. I gotta go on a hunt now. Thought I stuck it in this jar. Okay, so I'm just gonna use basic gray because plans change. And we're just gonna put that, I'm gonna stand up so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. Because I was planning on doing that in gold, or in silver, and then taking the little snowflakes here and doing those sporadically around and doing those in silver embossing powder too. Huh. I'm kind of boggled at the moment. Oh well. Well, we just roll with it, right? All right, let me grab the card. And then we're gonna put this on these mats. So let's just go ahead and glue this down. And see with those green, that green background kind of makes those green trees just really stand out there. And then that's gonna go on this. I just love that gold foil. Oh, beautiful. Well, I'll just bring some of these in since I don't have any idea where things disappear to. I don't know. Look at that. Isn't that so stinking pretty? Oh, I'm in love. So are you guys loving this set yet? Not that it took me to make a card to make you fall in love with this set, because it is absolutely stunning. Let me grab. All right. So let's do that, and let's put a couple of these on there because we need bling. These are called the Subtle Shimmery Sequence, and they're with this bundle of stuff. Let's just put a couple of these around. We'll take, well, maybe that and stick it right there. Whoops, maybe. Can't even see where it's at. Okay, there's that. And then let's do another one over here. Let's take one of these gray ones. And then there's some iridescent looking ones in there too. I'm going to put it over here. If I can see that one's kind of hard to see. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, maybe we're not going to put that one there because I don't know why that one's not wanting to stick. There we go. We got it. Okay, and then you could always put, you know, some out here or whatever, but I just want those to be past this flap so you can see them when the card is folded. I don't know where the lid to my glue went, but that's okay. All right, you guys, I know this was a long video, but I wanted to show you guys these sets, and I really wanted to show you how to do this technique because I did have quite a few people ask, how do you use that shimmery paste? Because, you know, you see the things in the catalog, but then you don't know, you know, how to use them. So why, you know, why would you want to buy something if you have no clue how to use it? So those are our cards for today. So what do you guys think? Throw me up some thumbs, throw me up some hearts. Let me know that you love these cards. And then let me show you just really fast the never-ending card that I'm going to pop on either a live video or I will videotape me making it and just throw it up on Facebook for you guys. And I'll give you all the dimensions and all that kind of stuff. So super cute, right? All right, let me get those out of the way. And so look at this. This is called a never-ending card. So when you pull it out of your envelope, it just fits right inside of an envelope, just like that. It pops out and then you open it like this. Mine isn't all the way decorated, but I tried to decorate it enough so you guys can see the goodness of this. And then these fold this way. Are you guys following this? Isn't this so much fun? Could you imagine giving these to like nursing homes or to the grandkids or, you know, just anybody? How much fun they're going to have just constantly flipping these around. And I mean, you could decorate each one of these things, but I'm in love with this little penguin. I think you guys saw the card that I posted earlier today for my swap card. And then to put another little saying, and this is where you could write on here. And then that's that new, this is also, this gold back here is another part of the celebrations that we have going on that you could earn with a $50 product that you purchase. So cool, huh? So I'm really excited to show this to you so you can, and they're easy. Like all it does is takes one half of a cardstock. So you saw me cut the cardstock this way. Well, to make this, you take your cardstock and you cut it this way. And so this side of the cardstock is going to make one of those, and then this side will make one of those. So with one piece of cardstock, you can make two of these. And then you will come in with your designer series paper and you will make it as glamorous as you want. So I hope you guys enjoyed the cards that I made today. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know it was a long one. Let me throw those cards back up here. Does anybody have any questions for me about any of the product that I've used today? Love, 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 right? Ooh, geez. I just hit my camera, sorry. All right, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Like I said, I will try to pop in and either do a live, just depends on how life goes. My kids are back in school and that kind of stuff. So I homeschool my one kid and the other one is in high school. So I have to drive him back and forth because he's not driving yet. So I will try to get this up and made, and I would like to do it live so you guys can kind of communicate with me and ask questions. So, all right. So how do you enter to win? So you guys can win one of these cards for next week. Like, share, or comment, and that puts you right into the drawing for winning one of these cards for next week. And Susan Madison Straczynski, please get a hold of me because you won last week, one of last week's cards. So watch this over. You can always watch the replay and rewind and fast forward and let me know your address and what card you picked. All right, guys, have a great week. Bye.